Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming back again. I do always appreciate your company. It's nice that I don't craft on my own. Be a bit lonely, wouldn't it? Um, I'm continuing to do my latest journal, which is a seaside theme. And if you've watched my previous video, the papers that I'm using are from the paper Cameo. And the main kits that I'm using is called the Hamptons. The other one is by the sea. And I'll list them below. And I've also printed off another one that the paper cameo that's Nicola has, and I think it's called Boho Fresco. And the reason that I've picked this one, or that I've purchased this one, is it has some of the images to me look kind of like sea ferns. Oh, bare bottoms. And it's all gold and blue, and to me it's the shine of the sea. And I think that just looks like something that you've got coming out of the sea, like seaweed and all the grasses and things. So I'm going to have a go at using those with this kit, and we'll see how it looks. I think it's going to look really nice. So I've put my 3 signatures together. We did this last time. I picked the papers. I've cut them all down to size, and I'm happy with how this is feeling now. If my last video was quite dark, I hadn't realised how dark it was getting. We'd got a thunderstorm coming in, and we had a horrendous thunderstorm here in the UK, or at least we did where I live. Perhaps it was just over me. And never mind. So yeah, it's looking, you can't quite see, but it's not too full, which is what I like. Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the one side. I haven't finished cutting everything out that comes with this kit yet, but I've been doing some of the fussy cutting, and there are some pockets that are really different. There's a seashell pocket that sticks down to your page, so that's going to be different. That I think looks like a fisherman's basket or a picnic basket, so that'll be fun to use. There's also that beautiful pocket with the seashell and the coral coming up behind it. That blue is beautiful, so I'm looking forward to using that one. And I've put the envelopes together. I think there's, between the 2 kits, I think I've got 4 envelopes. So I've got one with a fish, I've got a plainer one, I've got one with a seashell, and I've got one with a mermaid. So I like those. Let's put those together. So it's not coming together yet, but I'm kind of cutting everything out and sort of getting my head round everything that I might like to do. I always, and I think I've said it to you before, when I start a journal, I don't have a plan as to how it's going to look when I finish. I know some people plan theirs out. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo when I start. And I'm looking, I did have a glue book. I did, honestly, I did have a glue book. I haven't got one now. I'll find one, shall I? One moment. Okay, so disaster averted. I've got a glue book over to the side. I haven't got any glue. I have now got glue. Good to go. No, so I was saying, when I'm start a journal, it's the kit that pulls me in to make a journal, but where I'm going to go with it, I don't know. So we'll see where this one takes me. To the seaside, I think. Do you know, I can't find anything. I finished my purple tab journals, and I put everything away after that, and can't find anything since. So what am I going to do? I'm going to try and do use an envelope and make a flip, is what I'm thinking. And this piece of paper was in front of me, so I'm going to start with that. And for no reason other than this paper was in front of me. So I think I want to make, at the front of the first signature, I would like to put something there. So I've got this envelope. So it's just a normal window envelope that I got in the mail. I've cut it top and bottom, and I've folded it up so that it just about fits the page. And the back of the envelope I've cut narrower than the front of the envelope. And I've got a few of these envelopes folded and cut out, ready to use. So as they come in the mail, I just kind of go, oh, I'll cut it and fold it like this. And I'm thinking dangerous, but I am thinking that I'm going to use this book page. Shall I? And I am thinking honestly, I'm going to collage on this, and I don't think I'm going to fold it over the back. So I'm just going to ink the edges in case any of the edges show, because I don't want white to show in this journal particularly. Oh, that is the back of it. Sorry, I'm not muttering to myself, aren't I? Okay, so I think that I just want to put a piece of this on here. And I think I want it to go. I'm just trying to see if I can see the edge of the, goes to about there. So if I tear that down there, and then I am just going to tear it kind of down. And then I think that will go on there like that. Like so. I'm not worried if I'm covering a little bit of that window because I'm going to put an image behind it. I just want to collage on the front of it. And I'm just thinking, doing a lot of that today, it's going to go on here. So I'm happy to have that writing on it. Yeah. So that might actually go a little bit further down than that. So I also want to use a piece of this. Sorry, I was just thinking there. Did I lose you momentarily? I think I might have that down the side. And then I'll look for something to fill in that little bit there. So I think that I want this on the side. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit disjointed today, but that's kind of sometimes how I get when I'm trying to think of what I'm doing and what I want to do. That goes on there. I can always cut a bit off after. Yep, that'll fit. So that's going to go on there. Shove the paper on the floor. So that's going to go down there like that. That's going to go on there like that. And then I want something to cover that bit. The difficulty when you start a journal is you haven't got any scraps of paper. You don't get them until you get a little bit further into what you're doing. So I haven't got any scraps. Oh no, no scraps. What can I use? What can I use? What can I use? I'm just going to tear a bit off here. I'm going to tear this down a little bit more. And on there like that. I think I quite like that. That could go behind there. The thing that I don't like is that that's just a straight line across, so I don't want that to be a straight line across. So I think from about there, it's going to be torn off. I've got lots of scraps now, folks. That on there. That'll work. That works for me. That does work for me. So I'm going to put this one down first. I had actually printed on the back of these because I wasn't sure what I was going to use and what I'm not going to use. But I know that I've said it before when I'm making journals, but I'll say it again. When you're making a journal and you're using papers from the same digital designer, the chances are, and I would say a 98% chance are, that other digitals that they have will go with what you're making. They always do, because they use the same colourways. And I knew I'd ripped that too short. Got a little gap just there, look. Do you know what? It's going to get a little bit stuck in then. Just a little bit. I've gone quiet because I've ripped that too short, and I'm trying to think. I could move that across there like that. I could also add a little bit of ink on there like that, and then I don't think it'll show. Yeah, so when you're using papers from one designer, a lot of them will mix and match because they use the same kind of colour tones. I'm going to leave it like that, you know, I like that. Trying to pick up a little slither of paper. I might put that there actually, ink it up a bit, make it a bit darker, just for a bit of contrast. And I like to experiment with different papers from the same designer, because in my little mind, I always think, oh, that'll go nicely with that. And I find that, I mean, I'm far from perfect, but very rarely do I find that I've been wrong. They just do go. Move that back a bit because I don't want that little white bit showing. That's fine. That's going to go there then. Right, get that glued down. Get this one on. So what are you all making? Are you doing particular themes, or are you... I have to say that I've been a little bit craft negative for a little while. I found it difficult. I found it weird because I haven't really felt it before, but I've found it quite difficult to get going again. I think sometimes, you know, life gets in the way and the pressures of life. Day to day. I say that I'm retired, so it's not like I've got to get up and go to work every day, but you know, I've got my kids and my grandkids, and I've got my mum, and sometimes life just does, you know, you have the best laid plans and I think, oh, I've got a day here, I can get my head around what I want to do, and then I can guarantee that if I think that, I'll get a phone call to say, could I just, oh, I like that, see, I like that now. That's nice. And then I think we'll have a little bit of blue. It's brown even. Brown up there. And I may have said it before, but we are actually going away for a month. I'm going to put that way. And I'm surprised how much preparation it's taken, given that we know we're going to France. What I don't like about that is I've got the straight edges. Yeah, we're going to France for a month. Well, not to France. We're going over to France. And then we're going wherever we go. So we've booked the channel. And then we're just going to see where we end up. My husband wants to go and visit the Normandy beaches. Those of you that know me will know that he does World War II reenactment, and we've done a quick visit years ago before he got his Jeep and got really into doing reenactments. And so he'd like to go and have a look, a proper look. And my dad was in the Navy, and he was at the Normandy beaches at D-Day, dropping off the soldiers. So it's quite poignant for us both to go and have a look round. So we're going to do that. And really it's a case of seeing where the little camper van takes us. We're trying not to plan too much. We're taking the dog. And gosh golly, is that costing me quite an arm and a leg, let me tell you. It is not cheap to take your animal abroad these days. So I've got her booked in for her vet check. There we go. I like that. Right, so I need to trim this. She won't be happy. She won't be happy having it. But I wouldn't leave her. We've never left her. She's never been kennelled. And she's 13 now, so I don't intend starting now. She'd never forgive me if we put her in kennels. She's not a good traveller. I don't mean that she's sick in the van. She's not. She just pants all the way from the start to the finish. But I have got some special tablets for her, and they do make her feel better. So she will have her tablets as and when required. And it just takes the edge off it for her. There we go. So that's going to be a pocket, but I just want to look for something to go behind there. I've printed out the kit pages again, just on copy paper. Not that one, I didn't do on copy paper. What am I looking for? Something to go behind the window. So these papers, now I've got them on copy paper, are what I will use to do my collaging and things like that. So when you look at a page, there's a lot that you can do with it. So for example, we could have those gentlemen in that boat. Can you see that? Am I too low down? They look quite nice, don't they? If I did it like that. So I could use that. That's possible. Oh, that's nice as well. I think I like that one. I think I like that one. So I am going to use that to go behind my window. And of course I can print these as often as I like, you know. So if I use this on this piece of this pocket, get your words out, Carol, I can certainly use it again on something else. It doesn't mean that I've used it and can never use it again. Yes, I like that. I want the boat and I want the sea in it, so I want it about there. So what I'm going to do is find my glue. Oh, I had it here. Honestly, folks, I did have it here. Okay, bear with me. Oops. Sorry, folks, I just caught you just as I switched it on. I do beg your pardon if I made you feel seasick. I can't find the glue I wanted. I've got a bigger bottle, but it's gone. It's gone. It's probably rolled off the desk somewhere. And this one's all gummed up. Oh, man. That's it. Right, let's see if it'll work. I am going to put glue around the picture, round the window is where I'm going to put the glue. And then I'm going to position that where I want it to be. I want it about there. There we go. And I can take that little bit extra off that's there. so I like that. I want something to go on here as a pocket. It is a bit of a nuisance when you've printed things out but you've not actually started working, and so you've got no snips and bits that you can use. They're my plain papers that I was sampling with, so I don't want those. I don't want another. I suppose I could use that, and I could put something on it maybe. And like I said, I haven't cut a lot of things out yet. Okay, let's play with that a minute and see where that takes us. Sorry, I'm gone quiet while I'm just thinking how I can approach this best. Take that off the bottom. Oops. So I'm thinking that this will be a pocket. On here, like so. And I've cut a couple of little bits and pieces, but I haven't cut an awful lot. That shell blends in too much, doesn't it? We've got those. Oh, can't pick these up. Number 8. Do you know, it might just be nice just to keep it. I am going to do that, you know. I am going to do that. I've got another shell there that I cut out. Let me just cut this one out. I'll be 1 minute. Okay, so this kit comes with like faux wax seals, which are quite cute. So I am going to definitely use this as the pocket. That is my decision. I'd like a pencil. Can't find a pen. Oh, there's a pencil. I can't find my scissors. Oh gosh. Sorry, folks. Calamity. I want to be able to, I want to fold these back so that I'm making a little bit of a wider pocket so that I can put something inside it when I come to be filling pockets and things. I can't find my scissors. I don't know where they've gone. So I'm going to cut that. I don't really know what I'm doing. This should work. So I'm just cutting these extra bits off. Like that. Chuck it on the floor along with everything else. And then that will go there. That'll go there. And then they will fold in to be the pocket. That works. I just want to ink the bottom of this pocket up. I don't mind that you can see it's blue, that little bit. Yeah, that's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. Good to go. Okay, should we do it? Don't know what I'm doing, do I, today? Oh. Does anybody else have those days where you have the very, very best intentions of what you want to do, and then when you come to do it, you just think, how did that happen? How on earth did it happen? If they're like that, it needs to fold in slightly more. I bet this isn't making any sense to anybody. It's because I'm not in the throes. I'm not quite in the throes of my knowing what I'm doing, folk. So I'm sorry if I am confusing you all. They're going to be the flaps. So I'm going to stick the rest of this pocket down. Like that. And then they, except it's gluey, I bet I've gone off screen again, they are going to fold and be stuck down to hinge that pocket. Like that. That is what they're going to do. Just heard my dog running upstairs. She probably thinks it's time to go for a walk. Okay, so I'm just checking if they're gluey still. They're not too bad. So we'll do it. We'll add these in. Sorry if you can hear that. The dog's just making a bed. Obviously it wasn't in the right place and the blanket wasn't right, because now it's halfway across the room. And then what she'll do is she'll walk off and leave it. There we go. I'm happy with this so far. I am really enjoying this. So that's a nice pocket there. And because I've put those tabs in it, it works. Number 613. And I think I just want to keep it simple, you know. And I think the gold picks out that, so that's what I'm going to do. And I probably shouldn't have done this pocket bit until I've lined the inside, but why make things easy for yourself, I hear you cry. Number 613 can go there. I don't think I've done seaside-y journals before, but I don't think I've used one like this. This is quite vintagey, I think, isn't it? I do like these faux wax seals. They're very cute. Number 613. And as I cut my fishes out, or my shells, I could always add something else on there at a later date, but at least that's that bit done. Okay, so on the inside, I want to cover this. I don't need that bit. Move those out the way. Oh, another number 8. Oh, that was a number 8, and that's the 613. Not much difference, Carol. I want this to be writingable. So I'm going to look through the papers and come back to you when I've decided. 1 minute. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use some more of this paper, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the writing paper on it as well. So I don't need a lot of that, so I'm just going to rip it. Is it the right length? Yep. And then at about there, I'm just going to tear it. On there, so that's going to go on there like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to stick this on. I don't think there's a right and a wrong way. Let's get some glue on it. Oopsie. It's going to take me a little minute to glue this, I think. It's a bit bigger piece of paper than I thought it was. Sing amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay. So I'm going to try and match that at the bottom. I can always do some snipping at a later point. I'm already glad I chose these papers to match with it. I feel that I've made a good choice there. And then I'm going to put this on there, like that. Just get rid of that little white edge. Okay, glue that as well. And then that's one. Usually when I've got the first piece of ephemera made, I get a better feel for what I want to do, says me. Can always trim that up. I've got awful sticky things on my cutting mat. I've got a horrible feeling that I've kind of ruined it. I've had to flip it over, and I'm not as keen as on this white side. I have a feeling that I might be needing, or that it might be time for a new cutting mat. I usually use this side for quilting, but I've made the other side so sticky I can't put my paper on it. So now I'm ruining this side because it'll be sticky and I won't be able to put my fabric on it. Knitwit Carol. Right, so that will fold down there. Dare I fold it? Dare I fold it, folks? Did that go okay? It did. Very often when you fold things when they're wet, they don't work, do they? Missed the glue on there. So that is piece number 1. It's got a pocket there. Hope you can see. It's got a pocket just there. It's got that lovely image there. I might put a tab on it here. I haven't thought about fabrics and things and tabs at the moment. And that goes there. So we see what it looks like in the book. And you'll see what it is that I'm looking. Oh, yes. There. What do you think? That's going to go there like that. Like that. And I am absolutely blown away that love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, yay. I have a pocket. And then this is going to be a pocket tuck as well. I just want it to dry, and then I'll punch a thumb notch, look, thumb notch just there. So I'm going to leave that to dry a little bit more, and I'm going to leave it out flat so that it just dries nicely. And then before I leave you, if you can bear with me, I would like to do I wanted that to be a false pocket. Now, where did I put that page? Does anybody remember? Did I put it? Nope, it's not that one. Let me just find the page. Okay, it's the front of the last signature. And what I want to do is put a false pocket on it, on there. I thought about that when I was printing the papers. So a false pocket, I don't know if you call it a false pocket, it's one where you do your best to match the pattern so that you can't see the pocket because it's over the same pattern. So for example, that would go there like that. So can you see it matches the pattern behind it? So that's what I want to do. That's what I want this to be. Might need it to be a bit narrower actually. But I can put another fold in it. Sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm trying to think. Let me cut off this excess. So that will be the flap that gets glued down. Like that. So I think I need to fold this one in just that little bit more. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing it, folks. And then that'll have a nice tall pocket. A nice tall pocket that will have a nice tall tag going in it. The difficulty is matching. Just take me a minute to find it. There, it's about there, isn't it? Right, yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So then there will be two things that I've done with you. Still haven't found my scissors. Just cut those extra bits off because we don't need those. I'm just going to take that off there because I do need it to be flat to match it up. And because it's a bit fiddly trying to match it, what I want to do is I'm going to use this glue so that I've got a little bit of wriggle time, because if I use the white glue, it's the same as the art glitter glue. It dries so quickly you don't have time to move it around. And because I want this, oh gosh, Carol, don't get it in the pocket, because I would like this to match the pattern. I should have looked for something a little simpler. Oh dear. Because I want it to match the pattern, I might need a little bit of wriggle room. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get it. I think it might be easiest for me to try and match the top there. Oh, actually, that's not a bad match, is it? I don't think that is a bad match at all. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. But if you can see now, I've got a pocket here and it hides on that page. Just needs to glue down. But I think that I'm very happy with that. So that then is a pocket just there, and that'll have a tag in, but it's hidden because I've matched the pattern. Can you see it? And then I'm thinking that this, as I saw it laying there, this can be a tall thin pocket. To go somewhere. Trying to see to there. I don't need that piece on the back. I think I probably need to cut that off a bit better than I just have. But you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to do. And this could actually become a flip out, and it very well may do. So I'm actually not going to seal it up, because if I was going to do it as a flip out, I would attach a piece of paper in that join. So it may become a flip out, but that, you see, is a nice tall thin pocket to go somewhere. It could go there. If it was there, it would then be a tuck spot as well, and I think that's probably what I'll do. So it'll be a tuck spot there, and it'll be a pocket there. Obviously I'll fold it over. So 2 cards for there, and then the hidden card there. So I think I've not done too bad for my first go at doing this journal. So I've got a hidden pocket, a tall thin pocket, and a flippy flappy pocket. So I hope you like the way it's going. I hope you come back and see me next time. Go and check these kits out, or the other kits that the Paper Cameo have, and see what you think. Let me know. But I'm loving it. So take care, folks, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.